we don't have the negatives. We've taken care of people to a point where they've had such a good experience. They're willing to publicly share that with the community to go, hey, these are the guys to go with.
You know, it's funny you say it because most people don't literally take time out of their day to make a good review. They love to run to the keyboard. We call them the keyboard gangsters.
Absolutely.
We've adopted that term here, and they love to go out and literally smash and smash you. But the other side of that is when you ask and say, hey, look, our business is based on reviews. Would you mind spending a minute and filling this out for me? And literally, you got 1,300.
Bingo.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been
it's a good job.
We put a lot of effort into it, but at the end of the day, it's just about taking care of people. And you know what? We have had a 1-star. This will shock people, but we have. But you know what I do?
Well, they're all, that if they're all, 5-star,
then
then
they're
there's
all friends and family.
Fishy.
Exactly. And you know what? When we get a less than a 5-star, I respond to every single review. I put my personal cell phone out there because we want those people to know, hey, if there's something wrong and I don't know about it, or my dad doesn't know about it, or my brother Matthew doesn't know about it, we want to know, and we want to come out there, and we want to figure out how to make it right.
Yeah, see, that's the best part. So we're talking with Bill Burkhardt Jr. from Kangaroo, because they hop to it. He's one of our Hire It Done pre-screened roofers. And by the way, if you have a roofing question or a question Google can't even answer, give us a shot here at the studio. Text us this morning, 248-539-9797. We're also doing our always what we call Shout Out Saturday. So if you're a contractor, essential worker, police, fire, EMS, working for the state, county, whatever, let us know you're listening. We'll give you the shout out today. So, Bill, I want to call this post-pandemic, and I don't want to be pessimistic that we're falling backwards into, you just see the schools, mask mandates, and I'm not talking politics, I'm talking home improvement.
Right.
But everything's going on out there is affecting us.
Oh, absolutely.
So my question is, you guys literally pivoted, adjusted, made moves and counter moves during the pandemic to keep things going, to keep the safety and the comfort of the homeowners there. Now I want to call it post-pandemic. Where are we at with you guys as far as vaccinations, as far as keeping things clean, making the homeowner feel, safe, secure? How's it going? Let's start with the sales and go right to production.
Yeah. So on the sales side, we've continued to grow,
Right.
And I just added 3 new guys to my sales team, 1 on the commercial and 2 on residential. And the first question I ask them is, have you been vaccinated? And it's just like our background check or a drug screening, because whether or not you believe in the vaccination, one of our core values is we care.
Yeah.
And if I have a gentleman going out to 2 or 3 different homeowners in a day and they're not vaccinated, it's just there's a greater risk, A, for them as one of my team members, and B, by the time they get to that third homeowner, and maybe it's Mrs. Johnson and she's 78 years old.
You don't want to risk it.
And she's at risk. I want to do everything I can to keep her safe and protected.
All right, well, that's great. Let's take a quick break. We've got Bill Burkhardt Jr. from Kangaroo in studio. We're going to be talking roofing. We're going to be talking roof repairs, how to get a roof that doesn't leak, literally. And we're going to go through the whole process. And is it more affordable today than ever? We'll see about that as well. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Bill Burkhart Jr. from Kangaroo in studio. Welcome back, Bill.
Happy to be here.
So it was your birthday. Am I allowed to ask your age?
Sure, why not? 36.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I don't look a day over 42. I know it.
No, you wow. I'm 53,
That's all right.
but I can kick some ass, though.
Absolutely. You got a lot of fairway in front of you still.
Right? There you go. Wow, age is just a number.
Well, it is. And, like I told you, we have a couple new guys, and I brought them out to Philadelphia for a week of training. And I was like, hey, what do you want to do for your... It's 36. Who cares? I mean, I hate to say it that way.
Well,
It's not 40. It's not 50. Who cares?
You're engaged?
Yeah.
When's the wedding?
September 18th. So,
Nice.
we're dealing with pandemic. We're dealing with shortages. We're dealing with delays. And now I get to deal with all the fun of all that stress. And, we're going to have to mask at the wedding.
Marriage is worth it.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to
Stick
it.
it out if you can.
We will.
Question just came in. Are granules normal in the gutters? Twice a year, I'm cleaning my gutters and get about 3 to 4 cups of granules out every time. My roof is only 8 years old. So first of all, shout out to this guy who twice a year cleans his gutters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Rock and roll. Tell me, answer the question for the gentleman, and let's talk about that for a second.
Absolutely. That's actually a great question that a lot of homeowners get freaked out about. And off the cuff, granule loss is normal. It's a normal part of
Designed in.
Exactly. And that's where, like when you talk about different calibers or grades of shingles, they get thicker, they get heavier, they got more of it. Mm-hmm. Because over the normal course of a Michigan summer, winter, fall, think about the weather yesterday, all that rain that just came down. It's agitating your roof, right? If you get twigs and leaves, it's agitating your roof. And those granules are designed to slowly wear away because all they're doing, they're just there to make your roof look pretty, prevent the algae, and to protect, most importantly, the asphalt, because the asphalt under those granules is what's really protecting your home.
Interesting. So at an 8-year-old roof, so it's normal, you're going to say.
Yeah.
3 to 4 cups is a lot, though.
Yeah, hard to answer that specifically without knowing how many square feet the roof is. If it's a giant roof and that's all that's happening, no big deal. What I would tell that homeowner is, if you can start to see like the silvering, we call it silvering, which is if you can start to see the fiberglass on the shingle, and it's only 8 years old, I would definitely, you can call us. We'd be happy to help you with it, but that might be a warranty claim.
Okay.
Any of the shingle manufacturers, even if he's got a basic limited lifetime warranty on there, they all cover that first 10 years. So if you have disproportionate granule loss, you might have a manufacturer's defect.
Makes sense. 248-539-9797. Got a roofing question, roofing repair, siding, gutters, windows, any kind of home improvement question that Google can't answer. Give us a shot. Bill Burkhart Jr. is in studio. Bill, homeowner hears the show. They want Kangaroo to come out. Okay, most homeowners are smart enough today to know they're going to get a couple of bids. I prefer they go to Hire It Done and get 3 of our roofers because you're going to get apples to apples.
Bingo.
99% of the time. However, it doesn't always happen because homeowners listen to radio, TV, and they hear these big roofing companies advertising all the time, and they call you guys up, and you're like, yeah, we'll come out. Give us a date. You're about a week and a half, 2 weeks out now?
Yeah, kind of floating just depending on what kind of product you're looking for. Is it replacement, repair, flat?
Full roof replacement.
Full roof, probably about a week and a half right now.
Okay, so that's fair.
Yep.
Now, let me ask. I don't want to pin you on a hard question, but I'm going to ask it. I get a lot of pushback from homeowners who can't stand when the contractor says, and by the way, this is not a Hire It Done contractor. When a contractor says to the homeowner, Mrs. Jones, we'd love to come out. However, we need you and your significant other there, or we won't come out. Whoa! Not 2021, and contractors still say that.
Yep,
now,
absolutely.
there's point and counterpoint on that. And I've had the argument with a couple contractors before, and I'm one to evolve. So let's talk about. And I hope I don't get you in a pinch here.
Oh, bring it! This is a great question.
Why do you require 2 homeowners?
Well, we don't. Remember,
Okay, so you don't.
Yeah, we don't require both
Kangaroo
homeowners.
is not one of the. We're not coming out unless you're both there.
We'll ask. Here's the simple way we talk about it with the homeowner. Listen, you're contemplating a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 investment.
Big chunk of money.
And I'm not married yet, but I got to tell you, if I pulled the trigger on $30,000 and my fiance found out without me checking, I might be sleeping on the couch a couple days. So it's a logic thing where, hey, we want both people to be aware.
Gotcha.
You know, if I tell you something, Adam, today that you've never learned before, and then you relay it the next day, you're only going to remember. This is statistically proven out through studies at universities and whatnot. About 30%. So when you tell that to your wife or your husband, and you're only sharing 30% of what we shared with you, that means when your spouse makes a decision, they're making a decision on 30% of what you shared of the original 30%. So, but the counterpoint, here's the reality though. Let's use my mom and dad. If a contractor told my mom and dad they both had to be there, they'd never be able to get the contract because my parents are like ships in the night. They're both so busy. And, you know, they'll have a conversation ahead of time to go, hey, this is what we want. If it meets these basic parameters, whoever's meeting with them, odds are they have the ability to say yes. Worst case, they're going to find a time, you know, they'll get their bids and maybe carve out a time once they know who they're going to go with to bring them back out.
Yeah.
To really pick out colors or, you know, ask some fine-tune questions, and we're good either way.
248-539-9797. Have you ever text me and let me know, have you ever had a contractor tell you, we're not coming out unless both homeowners are there? I mean, it's insulting today, especially to women.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Women are like, I'm the decision maker. I don't need my significant other, whether that's whoever. I don't want that. And I kind of agree. Now, let's argue the other side of that for a second.
Okay.
I'm a business owner. And I know that my time is valuable. My sales guys who come out to your house want to go there to sell you something.
Yeah.
And we want to put you as the homeowner and the salesperson in a position to say yes or say no. Either one. I'm okay with no. In fact, sometimes I go for the no just to save time. However, so now my sales guy goes out. He drives gas, whatever it costs him. Today, gas isn't cheap, thank you.
And it's going up.
And he drives to the house, and the homeowner loves the presentation. And he or she says, okay, I want to think it over with my significant other. Okay, no problem. You know, today you have to say no problem.
Yeah.
And he says, well, you know, a good salesman will say, would you like me to stand outside for 15 minutes while you call and talk about it? And then the homeowner's like, whoa, you know, that's a little bit close. However, my point is the salesman should have the homeowner agree what the next steps are. Because the salesman should say to the homeowner, all right, Mrs. Jones, I agree with you. Think it over with your significant other. However, we're really busy. Can I have your permission, Mrs. Homeowner, to call you back after you've talked to your significant other? Sure you do. Yep. Okay, great. Are you going to talk to him tonight or tomorrow? Let's say it's a Thursday. Can I call you Monday? Is that enough time for you to discuss it and make your decision? Okay, great. So if I don't hear from you by Monday, I'm going to call you. Okay, great. So you got permission ahead of time.
Yep.
You then leave the job. You thank them via email, text. Hey, I was appreciated. I really love to have earned your business. I'll be calling you Monday, right?
Yep.
Because that's how you got to pivot today.
Well, it is. As I said, I was just down in training, and I was meeting with a buddy of mine who owns a roofing company in the suburbs, kind of like here, suburbs of Philadelphia. And what they've moved to, and this is out of respect for the homeowner, if you're not making the decision within 2 weeks, they won't book the appointment. And the reason is, because
pricing goes up every 2 weeks.
That's what we've been dealing with, and they've had 2 or 3 instances where somebody takes a month and a half.
Okay.
And
I'm
then
going to take a break, but
up.
I want to talk about that when we come back, because that's something I want to say with the price going crazy. All right, we're going to take a quick break. 248-539-9797. Text us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. I'm your host. We've got Bill Burkhardt Jr. from Kangaroo. They hop to it. Bill, what's the website and the phone number if people want to get an appointment today?
Absolutely. The website is www.kanga-roof.com.
And then the number to call to get an appointment for an estimate?
So the phone's open at 9 a.m. and it's 586-566-0308. And you'll have Michelle there asking how she can hop to it to make your day this morning.
I love that. So, we were talking about the roof. We're talking about how long it takes, things like that. Someone asked about granules in the gutter and how long it should last. I want to ask you a question. I get a lot of homeowners emailing me, asking me about this. I don't want to call it a scam, so let's not bastardize it. But what I want to ask is, someone, more than one, a lot actually, have said, "Hey, Adam? What do you think about this roof coating that people are trying to sell?" You've looked into that?
Yeah, we did. We have some real questions about it. My dad looked into one of the big ones, one of the big brands of it, and if you get into the fine print, one of the things it says, and forgive me because I don't remember the exact number.
Yeah,
it's either you have to install the first application within the first 5 or 10 years of the life of the roof, and then you got to redo it every 5 years. And here's the flip side too. Once you do it, the repairability, there's some other questions then that start to come into play if you ever have to do anything.
So what do you think? Is it kicking the can down the road before a replacement? Is it Band-Aid fix, or is it just snake oil?
I think it's a lot like our lovely infomercial, the Flex Seal.
Yeah,
I think people think it's that, and I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. That's the best way I can say it. I've never installed it. It wasn't something that we felt aligned with our core values as a company.
Yeah.
And unless we're absolutely sure it's going to truly benefit you as a homeowner, we're not going to put it on. I mean, we were just talking in break about gutter guards. You come to me with a 15 or an 18-year-old roof, I'm not putting gutter guards on your roof because we know within the next 5 or 10 years your roof's coming off, and those gutter guards are going to get destroyed when your roof
they're not
comes off.
reusable.
Exactly.
But gutter guards work if they're installed properly.
Oh, God, yeah. Especially if you get the helicopters or there's one now that even if you get the white pine that used to screw up a lot of them with those long 3-inch needles. We got a 50-year clog-free one that just kicks the crap out of those.
Really? I like that. By the way, those helicopters, they have programmed in their DNA to aim for your house.
Oh, absolutely.
The's no question about it.
Yeah. The
dogwood, the little fuzzy cottony things.
Oh, God.
Those have DNA. They actually are programmed in the DNA to go to your air conditioner.
They go to your air conditioner and up my nose at least because I sneeze something fierce when those happen.
That's the best. 248-539-9797. Got a question for roofing? We'd love to hear from you. So you don't recommend the snake oil white film spray on the roof?
Let's just say we don't offer it because we don't think it aligns with who we are as a company.
Makes sense.
I think that's the best way I can say it. That's a very political answer, right?
All right. No, listen, I'm not going to name the names of the companies, but listen, there are a lot of good companies out there. You know?
Absolutely.
I just want to make it simple. If you're a homeowner and you have a roof leak or you think you need a new roof, all you want is a new roof that doesn't leak, that'll last long at a good price. Is that simple to say?
I think so.
So why is it so complicated today when you got all these systems and all this? You're a CertainTeed guy.
Yep.
That's the main shingle, but you'll give any other shingle. If someone says to you, I want Kangaroo, but I like Owens Corning.
Great. We'll put on Owens Corning for you. We're certified in it.
You can still do the 50-year guarantee and all that.
Yep. And here's to me what the problem homeowners have is this. They line me up with 2 other contractors and they go, well, they're giving Landmark Pro and they're giving Landmark Pro. Well, the reality is what you're paying for, the product isn't actually the shingles. Everyone thinks it's the shingles. That's not the product. The product is the person you're sitting across from, the contractor and the quality of the craftsmanship. With the heat we have going on, is your contractor talking about, hey, I know that the crew wants to go today. We've already gone 3 straight days in a row. They have to take a day off because if they try and put a roof on today, you're going to have arced nails all over because they're not going to hit the nail strip because they're worn out, because they're dehydrated. Those are the questions. Is your contractor actually asking, demanding of his team?
Well, I'm glad you said that because if it's 80 to 90 degrees on the ground.
Yep.
On the roof, even though it's 10 feet high or 20 feet higher, right? It's probably over 100. Now, if you get in the attic,
nuclear.
Right? Talk about it in the attic. Remember? And then that's where that solar heat reflector makes a big
Radiant
difference.
barrier insulation.
And you guys do that.
Yes, we do. I think we might be the only one here in Metro Detroit. I have it in my home. You know, you want to talk about something I thought was snake oil until I put it in my house. I was blown away by what a difference it made. And you know me.
Keeps your house cooler.
Oh my God, yeah. And warmer in the winter.
So we're going to break that down in a minute. I want to still talk about roofing. So here's the other thing. We always, it seems like a broken record to me sometimes when we talk about, hey, you better make your decision now. Prices are going up. I mean, is that like a broken record? Because it's all I ever hear. Broken record. Oh, prices. I mean, what's the status literally? Tell me about it.
Here's the broken record. I get anxious about opening my email because I feel like every week I'm getting a new letter from another manufacturer supplier about pricing going up. The reality is, since March of last year, and this is on steep slope or low slope, so shingles or flat roofing, prices have gone up on average every single quarter by 8%. You compound that all the way till now. I mean, I had a guy have a quote from us from about a year and a half ago, and we reran the numbers, and he just about fell out of his chair. And I totally understood it. But at the same token, when we tell you, and like that's why we do, right now we have 3 years 0% interest financing, because if you know you need a roof at any point in the next 3 years, now is the time to do it, because 3 years from now, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot more than what it is today. And I know that's, some people struggle with that. Well, I might be able to stretch it out 3 more years. You might. Okay.
Well, listen, you know what? I get it. And it is what it is. Now, you hear on the news, and you hear about it and you're like, all right, inflation. So labor's gone up, materials gone up, distribution to get the materials. Oi, like what is your solution to that? As one thing I love about Kangaroo, and I'm not blowing smoke up your butt, but I'm giving you the honest assessment. One thing I like about Kangaroo is you guys are the ability to pivot quickly. Something happens, you guys are like, up. So how are you handling this distribution issue?
We have great partners with our suppliers and our manufacturers that we work with. One of the things that my dad and my brother are continually stressed about is actually working with them to secure the best pricing, the availability, the colors. Like my brother Matthew, he double orders almost every job now because it's so hard to get the materials that we know so the first supplier gets it in. Well, when the other one gets it in, we're going to be able to use those same materials on somebody else's roof. And instead of waiting 10 or 16 weeks, we can cut that down in half now.
So if you have a 20-square roof, you order 40 square.
Absolutely.
And so then there's 3, 4, 5 popular colors that you always know. You have a higher percentage.
Yep. Weathered wood, Morier black, pewter.
Okay, so you know. So then that makes sense. Now, is the distribution or supplier limiting you on orders yet? Is there any limitations?
They're not. What they've been doing is limiting color availability and lines. So in Certainty's case, they have reduced, if you wanted one of the real high-end designer shingles, they're pretty much not existent right now, because what they've done
SBS ones? Or
the SBS is there because that's top on the dimensional. But if you go to the Grand Manor or the Belmonts or
ones that look like
the
Cedar,
Presidential, yeah, exactly. Those are what I call the true designer ones now. But even in Northgate, I think I have 4 colors that they'll even make in Northgate right now, just because they're trying to meet the demand, because the demand has not relented. And I just saw there was a big thing on OPEC that, they're thinking gas pricing is going to go up by another 30-40% into the fourth quarter. What people don't think about is shingles are a petroleum-based product.
Of course.
And then they're thick and heavy. And what does it take to get them there? Trucks and gas. All of those things keep going into it. It's not just the product itself or the skilled labor in the plants or.
Well, yeah, they have to get the drivers to deliver shingles. They have to pay more now.
Correct.
So what are they thinking? They're going to eat that? No, what they do is they raise their price. They raise the price to you, and you have to figure out how you can stay competitive still. And that's, it's like a domino effect. Here, this is a question that came in. What's your opinion of steel versus shingled roof, other than cost? Metal roofs versus asphalt. Let me just say something. Today's asphalt shingles have really gotten better.
Oh, yeah.
So just give me your quick opinion of that before we go to break.
I think metal right now is actually the area we were talking about, snake oil salesmen. Where metal roofing, you got to be really, really careful right now because people are putting
steel roofs.
Exactly,
the rusting roof, I call it.
It's super. There, if there is an exposed screw going on that roof, it should not be going on your home. You know, nobody talks about it, but that little gasket only has about an 11-year warranty on it, and you got how many thousands of those on your roof after 11 years?
The actual.
The exposed fastener. You got it.
Okay, the fastener.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. I want to break that down because I still like metal roofs.
Oh, yeah,
and
they're
I know
great.
you guys do a good job, but we're
Yep.
going to talk more about that. My name's Adam Helfman, 248-539-9797. Text us if you got a question. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Bill Burkhardt Jr. is in studio from Kangaroo because they hop to it. Welcome back, Bill.
Happy to be here, Adam.
So today's shingles, asphalt,
Yep.
Certainty, GAF, Owens Corning, any of the brands are incrementally better than they were 10 years ago.
Oh, God, yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah. Technology continues to get better in them, and they're always tweaking and refining and trying to improve it.
You think the weather's more severe today than it was 10 years ago?
You know,
is it hard to say?
I don't know.
Well, the reason why I ask is because they came out with the SBS.
Yep.
Which is the rubberized, what's the best way to call it?
It's rubberized roof. It's
Okay.
a rubberized shingle roof. It
Still
is
got
the best way to call
granules,
it.
It's got rubber in it.
Yep.
And that, when it heats up, it clings to your roof.
Mm-hmm.
And it's if you got hail, it holds up against high winds.
Class 4 impact resistance on it.
Do
Huge.
we need that in Michigan?
You know what? Shockingly, here's what people underestimate. Do we get a lot of hail? No. But over the course of 40 years, you can get a fair amount of pea to quarter size hail. But the big one, tree branches. If you live in a really heavily wooded area, you got a lot of trees around your home. People forget all those big walnuts, acorns dropping on your roof.
Yep.
Like those make a world of difference, and that's what that SBS does. It holds on to the granules better. It's better tear resistance, better adhesion down to the roof, and these are all up against like the Northgate, which is Certainties. That's not against their builder grade entry level Landmark. It's against the Landmark Pro. You know, that's what they're comparing all those numbers to. So it's huge, and you get a big discount on your homeowners.
Well, that's what I like. You get the discount.
Oh my gosh,
I'm that kind of discount kind of guy.
Oh, especially on insurance.
Let's do with this SBS high end, but just a dimensional. 500 a square, 600 a square, or are we at 700?
It depends on your roof.
One layer tear off, 612 average pitch.
You're going to be right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
depends. Do you want the 50
let's
year?
just say 7 years. Let's say 700 a square.
Yeah.
Can you be competitive and be in that range?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's the asphalt SBS.
Yep.
Okay, that's the top of the line, guaranteed for 50 years. So to me, 50 years is the last roof you ever buy.
Yep.
Because I'm 53, and if I get a 50-year roof, I'll be in 103.
You're not planning on that?
No. No.
It's my dad, and his joke is 85 and out. I've seen what 95 looks like. I want no part of it.
Right. I have my son and I had the Kevorkian deal.
Oh,
I told him when I start telling them there's spaceships and the Earth is flat and things like that, I said, go call Kevorkian or figure out how to
helium up to your nose.
Yeah, do something like put the pillow over me, give me some a bottle of whatever, and just I'll make sure I don't wake up. So he's like, okay, Dad.
I got you, Pops.
Right.
Life insurance is paid, right, Dad? Yeah. Why?
Now I'm thinking maybe I'll do metal roof.
Yeah, it's great investment. Great investment.
And now metal's more than 700.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Double?
metal. Well, we were talking in break. Right now, if I come out to your home and give you a price, I hate doing this right now. Your price is good the day I'm out there. But here's why. When I give you a price, I've already met with my fabricators on that for what's it going to cost on your house. What is crazy due to this pandemic, I actually don't get a guaranteed cost until the materials are delivered to your house, which can be anywhere from 8 to 16 weeks later. And with what's been going on, I mean, prices could go up by 10% in that time frame alone. And, and to be competitive, you're not talking crazy margin, which you can go from making money to losing money with a 10% increase really, really quickly.
Interesting.
So, and the flip side, too, with metal, if you're doing a true 24 gauge, 22 gauge, standing seam, metal roof, they're amazing. And they really will last, for all intents and purposes, forever. And where it makes sense is you really, really want it because you love the look.
Right.
Or you have a generational home, right? If you got a generational home, we do a lot of work out on Harson's Island, because we're on the east side.
Sure.
We do a ton of work all along the water.
I remember that job we did on Harson's Island.
Yeah, exactly. Well, remember, he wanted a metal roof, and he ended up with the Northgate because he goes, well, I'm 65. I don't need, once he saw the numbers, he goes, wait, I'm going to get how many years out of this? Yeah, that's good.
I remember going on that job.
Yeah.
And I was more than impressed. Like, you guys did it was like just the whole, like a coordinated effort. It just was really good. Here's a question that came in from Ron and the D. Hi, Adam. What's the brand of rubberized shingles that Kanga uses? I'm listening, but did not hear the brand.
So The manufacturer is Certainteed, and then the actual line or brand is going to be Northgate, and they call it now Northgate ClimaFlex.
All these fancy words.
I know. It's almost like some marketing guy had a hand in that.
How about a roof that just doesn't leak? 248-539-9797. You got a question for us. We're talking with Bill Burkhart Jr. from Kangaroo. Now, Bill, I want to switch topics a little bit and migrate to roof repairs.
Yeah.
You know, today the average roof, a couple years ago was 8,000, and it creeped up to 10. Now we're past 10 for the average roof, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
your average roof we're seeing on average is going to be somewhere around 14. And that's the totality of, the 800 square foot bungalow up to the 4,000 square foot, estate out in Washington Township.
It goes up fast.
It's just trying to balance that.
So I got a roof leak. Let's say I don't want to spend the money on a roof right now. Call you guys up.
Yep.
Now, you don't have x-ray vision, so a leak in my ceiling could be coming from 20 feet away somewhere else.
Yes, it can.
How do you track that?
So with our guys, when we come out, we do a full 27-point diagnostic on any repair visit whenever we come out, because it's exactly what you said. We have homeowners do this all the time to us. No, it's right there. I don't need you to look anywhere else. Well, it might be showing right there.
Right.
Where it's coming in from can be drastically different. And the great example is we get up on your roof and you have a leak down by your window. Well, going up that slope, I see 3 nail pops. I see a pipe boot that's blown out, and I see a can vent that somebody has tarred around 3 different times. So I'm looking at your roof and suddenly going, well, all 3 of these could be causing the leak. One of them might be causing the leak. All of them might be causing the leak. So you really do have to take your time and go through that full diagnostic to figure out what's wrong. And for a lot of homeowners, they're unaware of the other issues they've had up on that roof that can be contributing to it. Because it might have been that can leak, that can vent that was leaking, but because of all the moisture you let get trapped into your attic, that's what caused the nail pops.
Correct.
And the nail pops might be what caused this leak. In reality, you should get them all fixed so you get that next 10 years out of your roof.
Makes sense. So I call you up for a roof leak, and you guys come, you fix it. I'm happy. Then another leak pops up.
So if it leaks, if we diagnose it, after we're done and it leaks again, you don't pay for it.
What if it leaks in a new spot but close by the old?
New spot, we're going to come out, we'll do a full diagnostic. If it's our work that's leaking, there's never a cost to that. Ever.
What causes the roof to leak? Like where is it? Like, is it a tree branch? Is it just a shingle missing? Or, because like I had trees the other day trimmed away from my house, and I didn't realize the tree trimmer says, "Hey, come here, Adam." And he goes, "Look at the edge of your roof." And I always trim my trees back. So I went up there, and I couldn't believe from one season, just because we had a lot of severe winds, the tree like sandpaper against the roof, and every day just back and forth a few times. 6, 7, 8 months later, guess what? The edge of the roof is worn away. I'm thinking to myself, holy moly. Like, whoa.
You are spot on. So trees do a ton of damage to roofs. People don't realize just having that little overhang.
Yeah.
You can wear out a whole corner of your roof. But the most common repairs that we see, chimneys. Chimneys far and away are number one.
Yep.
Those little white PVC pipes you see coming out of your home, the pipe boot around that's number 2. And I would say probably can vents or nail pops would be number 3. And the unfortunate part is I would say at least 50% of the time we're going up there, and what's causing the leak is what you've paid to have repaired before. It's covered in Flex Seal or roof tar or any of that crap, which only makes the problem worse and, quite frankly, way more expensive to get fixed right once you finally pull the trigger to have it done once and done right.
I got to make an admission. I'm a fan of Flex Seal.
Okay.
I want to build the boat. I want to buy some screens and build a boat with Flex Seal. I've used it before on like pipes, and it works. Now, I haven't painted it on. I haven't done anything extensive, but I use the caulk in a few areas, but I use where he slaps the fish tank. I love that stuff. Literally, I'm a fan. Now, I'm not a fan of the marketing and the infomercial style, because it literally works. But I see how they have to use hyperbole to literally get people to say, "Oh my God, I need that." But I've had homeowners say to me, "Hey, Adam, my foundation's leaking. Should I just paint it on the walls?" I'm like, "No. That's not. Don't use it for that.
Yeah.
Or on a roof type of thing."
Yeah, I mean, people forget the most harmful thing to your roof is the sun.
Which makes
that
sense.
UV will dry it out, bake it out, crack it, and once it cracks, instead of popping that one can out, now I got to take out that can and all the shingles around it. And that can's tight to your ridge.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Good morning. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Welcome back, my friends. Great show so far, and we've got a great hour lined up. We're going to be talking water quality, water filters, reverse osmosis. Is your home water better than bottled water quality? We don't know. Does water quality affect your roofing?
Well, it depends on the quality of the rainwater coming down, I guess.
Exactly. So we've got Bill Burkhardt Jr. Sitting in here with me this morning. Welcome back, Bill.
Happy to be here. We're having a ball.
Kanga Roof, because they hop to it.
You know it.
Kanga-roof.com.
Bingo. 586-566-0308.
248-539-9797. You have a question this morning. We have a couple questions that came in during the break. I'm removing my old satellite dish from my roof. Would you know the cost, or would you know the best product to use to seal and patch the roof after removing the bolts?
That is such a good question. And because we deal with this all the time, because they do leak. So the right answer, I mean, we joked, whoever you are out there, I'll tell you the best answer is to just give us a call, let one of my repair technicians come out there, do the diagnosis, and get it fixed right. Because the right way to fix that is to remove that assembly, get rid of the bolts, pop out, whatever it is, 2-3 shingles.
Right.
Put some ice and water shield down, and then install new shingles on top and hand seal those all down. That's the right way to do it. Short of that, I mean, I guess you could go back to Flex Seal.
Well, okay, so that's a good. So they can call you up, and you guys. Is it expensive without looking at it? You're hard to price it.
No, that's a couple $100.
Okay, much more than you guarantee it.
Yeah, then it's guaranteed. Yeah, if it ever leaks, we take care of it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
How often do you have to remove satellite dishes?
We do that. That's right up there with pipe boots or chimney flashings. They leak so often, especially if they've been up there for 20 years, because there's a lot of rubber gaskets on those that they just
shrink and
they dry out. The UV, the sun beats them up.
That's crazy. Okay, well that's what I thought. So all right, but is there I've used a product called Gaco, GACO. It's made for roofs. It's made for repairs and stuff. Do you like it?
Gaco is amazing for low slope roofing.
Low slope, right?
Low slope. It does not go on shingles. You put that on shingles, you're going to have a lot of problems. But on the low slope side, they have Gaco came out with literally a liquid silicone coating system.
Oh, cool.
It's a liquid roofing system that we've been helping tons of businesses. Instead of spending $250,000, they're spending half that.
Got it. Here's one. I have a flat roof on one part of my house and a pitched roof on the other. I'd like to have the pitched roof replaced with a metal roof, and I'm having a difficult time finding a company to do this because I do not want anything done with a flat roof. Any advice you can offer from Dina? So you'll do a roof and then leave the flat roof alone, right?
Yeah. Dina, if you're out there listening, give us a call. We'd love to help you with that. The big thing to be aware of is wherever your roofing systems meet, there's a transition. So I don't think there's any reason to, quote unquote, replace probably that flat roof, but there's probably going to be some type of manipulation or renovation done where the low slope roofing and the new metal roofing meet to make sure, because that's always going to be a high risk point for water entry. We just got to make sure that the transition is done right. So there might be some minor repairs done to that flat roof just to make sure it talks and operates nicely with your new metal roofing system.
Right. Well, I agree with that. That makes sense. That's smart. 248-539-9797. We're talking with Bill Burkhardt Jr. from Kanga Roof. And if you have a question, we want to hear from you. If you're a contractor, you want a shout out today that you're listening, we'd love to give you a shout out because you know how it is. It's Shout Out Saturday, and guess what else it is? Do you know what else it is, Bill?
What is it?
Salt Sale Saturdays.
Oh, God.
That's right, because Beauchamp's is having a sale every Saturday.
Oh, I love it.
You're not a water softener. Do you have it at your house?
You know, that's a great question that I don't even know the darn answer to. I should probably.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me just say this. I have his reverse osmosis in my house. It's game changer.
Well,
game changer.
I've been drinking the pH balance water.
Oh, the alkaline stuff?
Yeah.
That's all phooey.
Is it?
Yeah. But anyways, let me just say this. We're going to have Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water on in studio at the next break, and we're going to be talking about the state of quality of water, bottled water, and, listen, the world's gone to craziness.
Yes.
Is water the next problem that we're going to have, and how do you prevent and how do you get clean water on your house? Because that's what I want to make sure that we do.
Sounds like I need to learn that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have a softener.
Well, you're an expert in roofing?
And that's about it. Maybe a little
Right?
barbecue.
Oh, no. Ooh, we're going to be talking barbecue later.
Exactly.
I'm so hungry right now. We have to talk pizzas, barbecues, smoking. Like, it's getting close to Labor Day, one of the last hurrahs of the week,
Oh, yeah.
of the summer, really. But I'm like a burger, hot dog, ribs, and now I'm pizza.
What's wrong with that?
I've learned how to crisp the bottom of my pizza 'cause that was my biggest problem. I'm burning the hell out of my pizzas, and now I've got them crisped. So we'll talk about a little bit of my secret sauces and all that.
Is that just the cooler next to it?
Exactly. I don't drink, right?
I thought you did. I thought you only drink wine.
No, I don't drink. I mean, I'll go to Capitol, go get like a Stoli Doli, but I'm just not a drinker.
Oh, no kidding.
Diet Coke's my drink.
There you go.
On the rocks.
From McDonald's?
Ooh. I've researched that.
It's true.
I did two research things: the McDonald's Coke and the temperature, the straw size. I get it all.
Yeah.
But I also did the research on the McDonald's ice cream.
McDonald's ice cream.
Yeah, the ice cream machine's always broken. We'll talk about that another time.
All right.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays. 248-539-9797. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is How It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. And if you're a fan of the show and you've been listening for a while, you know every Saturday it's Salt Sale Saturdays. So this morning, and it is Salt Sale Saturday today, we've got Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment. Good morning,
Adam.
How are you, brother?
Real good, real good.
So welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute or so.
I'm glad you're back, though. So I'm going to have to make an assumption, but tell me, post-COVID, you got to be crazy busy.
Yeah, we're actually really busy, which is good, which is real good.
Well, we all want that, right?
Yep.
So let's introduce yourself to the How It Done audience and tell everyone a little bit about Beauchamps.
We have been in the water treatment business. My dad started in the water treatment business in 1976. So, and we just got into it from the need, having the need.
And then ever since you've been kicking butt, basically.
Yep. My dad worked for Ford, and we moved out to a house on the sticks with well water. And it's funny. I always tell people the ladies of the house are our customers. It's usually not the men because we can ignore things pretty well. Little rusty water, whatever. Just push through it.
I don't clean the bowl. What do I care?
Exactly.
That's so funny. So, do they keep statistics on how many houses have well water?
By area is how we really.
Okay.
I'm sure that they do. We just know it by territory and areas. And if you kind of do a circle around the Metro Detroit and the suburbs, just kind of run that circle from Port Huron area out toward Flint, and then circle it down toward the Ohio line. That's kind of in southeast Michigan.
Sure.
And then there's pockets, of course, in the middle.
But is there like hundreds of homes or thousands, hundreds of thousands? Is it a lot, isn't it?
My guess would be that in southeast Michigan, you probably have more people on well water than city water. But I may be wrong on that. And then there's pockets of well water. It's incredibly right here in Farmington, you got pockets of well water.
It's funny. I'm in Bloomfield Hills and I have well water,
Yep.
but I also have city water. I just never abandon my well, but don't turn me in, people. I use it for my sprinklers.
Yeah, most people do in that situation.
Which makes sense. Bill, where do you live?
So I'm up in Macomb Township.
Do you have well water or you don't even know? That's right. You already said.
I probably don't even. I got great roof, okay? I have a great roof, wonderful
Doesn't
gutters.
See,
doesn't leak.
I bet you his wife knows.
Exactly.
That's so funny. Since we're talking about well water, if anyone has a water softener question, water quality question, text us 248-539-9797. We have the benchmark company, Beauchamp Water Treatment, in studio right now. They service all Southeast Michigan. The owner's in studio, Jared Beauchamp. So, Jared, a lot of people who have well water, and they have the filters, and they got everything, but they still get staining. Tell me, how do we prevent that, and what causes that?
Well, 10, 15 years ago, what it used to be, everyone would just get a typical water softener.
Sure.
And a water softener is just a unit. You put salt in, and, I'll bore you the details. The quick part of it is just an ion exchange, and that was really the solution for treating water. And then maybe they'd add a pre-filter before the water softener that you would change once a month. But the technology is really advanced, and things have really changed. So now what the number one sale when we go out to, whether it's our company or even our competitors, a water softener is just part of the package. You have a water softener, and then you have, for simple terms, what we refer to as an iron filter, an AIO system, air injection system, which is to take out the iron. So we have people come in all the time. They're trying to buy the red out salt. They're trying to put the additives in.
Does the red out salt work?
The red out salt is good to put in periodically, but if you're dealing with rust, but your water feels soft,
yeah,
it really isn't the long-term solution.
Okay.
It's good to run through it. It's kind of like running premium fuel through your car every so often, and
cleans the
cleans it up.
Can you pour in that salt tank? Can you pour like a gallon of CLR in it? Or are you going to poison your body?
I'm not a big chemical person at all. Surprisingly,
people do that.
I've gone out to houses.
They put bleach in it.
The most common one, it's called, it's an iron out product. It's a powder item.
And it's made for laundries, or is it made for wells?
No, they actually sell it so you can put into your water softener and stuff like that.
Does it work?
It doesn't. You
Oh,
know, in
another
my
snake
opinion.
oil.
I mean,
so we got the clear coat for the roof.
Bingo.
We got the snake oil for the wells. I got
you got that right.
There's a product for everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, when we're drinking the water, that's
Yeah.
what scares me. I've been down in customers' houses in their basements and lifted up their salt tank lid,
And you just
and
the
darn near
gross.
got knocked over by the gases and just the
Crazy.
ferment, the smell of it. And I'm like, whoa,
You drinking this?
Yeah, you're drinking this.
You'd be better off with Flint water.
Exactly.
Well, it's your body. You become the filter at that point. Am I crazy?
You're correct. You're absolutely correct.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So right now, if a homeowner has a well system and they're like, all right, it's time. I'm ready to replace. I'm sick of the rust staining. You can come in and confidently say, Mrs. Jones, you're not going to have rust anymore if you follow this protocol.
Yeah, and the way we get to that point, too, is you call us up. We'll come out at no charge. We'll
Sure.
do a water test, and we'll determine. So if you're one of those customers that you bought a water softener, 10 years ago or so, but you don't have the iron system technology, but you've still been fighting and dealing with the iron.
Sure.
No, the way we work, we're not going to sell you equipment you don't need. So we'll come in, we'll test the water, and we'll confirm, yep, your water softener is doing everything it can do, and you can just add an iron filter, an AIO system, to take care of the iron and polish it off.
So you have mentioned earlier that technology in water softeners has gotten better.
Yeah.
So one thing that I recognize in what you're saying right now, and I want you to give me a little bit more definition, is the AIO system, where you inject air.
Yep.
What is it? I've never heard. Is that like an ionization or what?
Basically, what it does is iron comes in. What the simple form is a clear water form, and also a more of a solid state.
Sure.
So certain water equipment can filter out the iron much easier when it's in more of a solid state.
Okay. And you inject air into the water?
What we do is we inject air into the system, the iron filter that I'm referring to.
Yeah.
And that air, what it does is it actually will oxidize out not only the iron contaminants, but other contaminants as well.
Oh, cool.
So that's what's really nice about it. The iron filter actually has arsenic ability. We have one that's actually rated for arsenic and iron. Or if you just get a standard one, it does have some arsenic ability. It's not rated for arsenic, but it gives you some arsenic benefits.
Okay, so and by the way, obviously, and let's use a reference, the Flint water crisis. Now, they used Flint because it was, they sensationalized it and it was true, but there's a lot of Michigan that has bad pipes, lead pipes, and if someone has city water, they just want to get rid of the lead or filter their water. You guys can do that too, right?
Yep, we have filters specifically for city water as well. And, whenever we're talking about city water, one thing I do is I go out of my way to, I think there's a lot of good municipalities that work really hard and are very dedicated to delivering good quality water. So I'm one of these guys. It's the politics in my blood that my dad put in me, but I think that a shout needs to go out to all those people that are working in those municipalities, because they do. They work hard to make sure they deliver you good water.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when it leaves the plant,
They can't be responsible.
and they're going through plumbing systems that are 30, 40 years old.
So that's where it comes in.
Yeah, or
Okay.
a contractor working on a house accidentally hits a pipe and disturbs things.
And then it
There's-
breaks off the.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so
things.
There's a lot. That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
there's a lot that goes into it.
All right, we're going to
So-
take a quick break, though, really quick. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to talk more about water softeners. How much does it cost? What's coming up down the line should we be aware of? You just never know. But we have the expert in studio, Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. And this is the Higher Done Radio Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. In studio, Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions, Bill Burkhardt Jr. from Kangaroo, and on the phone, my favorite barbecue, grill, pizza, fireplace company, Bullier's Barbecue. Matt Bullier. You there, Matt?
Yes, I am.
What up, brother?
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. So we have Matt Bullier from Bullier's Barbecue and Fireplace on Woodward Avenue, right about 13 and a half. Normandy, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, right
just
there.
North of Normandy.
In Royal Oak. You also have a location in the east side.
Yeah, there's a Macomb and a Clinton Township location.
And Bill from Kangaroo goes to, which one do you go to, Bill?
Oh, I go to the one, right over on Utica. Love it. Great people over there, and I spend more than I probably should, which is good for them.
So we've had a record summer, hot, and we had some severe weather, obviously, but barbecue is was popular as it's ever going to be. And you guys are blowing out the grills, the barbecues, the smokers. Tell us what you got over there at the Bulliers.
We have pretty much everything you could ever think of. Most of the product is available now. So we've got gas grills, the charcoal grills, the ceramic grills, the pellet grills.
I love it. And then the most popular, which is I'm just addicted to, is the pizza ovens. Let's talk about pizza ovens for a second. You guys have the premier brand, Fontana Forni, right?
Yeah, made in Italy.
Made in Italy. What do you import them? How does it come through?
They import them to South Carolina, and then they are shipped out throughout the United States.
Well, that's amazing. So, and they make the wood fire. They have a natural gas, a LP gas version. What's the most popular that you guys are selling?
The wood is still the most popular, and then second it would be the gas.
Which makes sense. And I was wondering because I got the natural gas one because I'm the kind of guy who just can't wait for the fire to get hot enough. And I know with the wood you got to wait a little bit till the oven gets up to the right heat. But man, oh man, does it make good pizzas. So one of the big trends this year, Matt, is outdoor living, staycation. People are just cocooning more and they want to stay home. So they're customizing, optimizing, and putting in their house a lot of the outdoor fireplaces and barbecues or outdoor kitchens. And if you come to your showroom, it's amazing to me to see the selection of outdoor kitchen from just a barbecue to all the way countertops, refrigerators, everything. Is that you guys? You got everything, don't you?
We do the complete outdoor kitchen experience. We have probably more on display than anybody. The grills, refrigerators, ice makers, wine coolers, pretty much anything, trash centers, anything you want to put outside in your outdoor kitchen.
Well, that's amazing. So how popular are smokers today?
The smoker is probably one of your biggest leading sellers now because everyone has a gas grill. The saturation of the market is so high, but the smoker second grill to cook something slow and make something a little bit longer. They've been watching the cooking shows, and so that market has really picked up.
It's interesting to say that. And that makes sense. Bill, we have Bill from Kangaroo here. Bill, you have a smoker.
Yeah, I have one of the big green eggs. Love it, the ceramic grill, and I'm actually going home today, having mom and dad over and smoking up some wild turkey breasts on there. So I need to know what kind of wood chips Matt thinks I should be using today. I might have to stop by and pick some up.
They have everything there. Matt, what do you got? You have all the accessories, don't you?
We have every kind of wood flavor that you could possibly imagine, probably 8-10 different types. Whether you have a ceramic grill and we carry about the top 6-8 charcoals in the country, but then we carry all the chunks if you want to add wood to the charcoal, and then we carry all the pellets in the same flavors.
Oh, there you go. So, Matt from Bullier's Barbecue, where are you guys located? You give the addresses again for today?
It's 32128 Woodward Avenue. It's 13.5-mile road on the east side of the street.
Love that. Well, that's cool. So, Matt, let me ask you a question. A lot of people have a barbecue. A lot of people want to upgrade to barbecue. You have all kinds of budget levels. You can get a basic barbecue. You can go all the way up to the Mac Daddy ones. What price range are we talking?
We try to set it up so we have the A, B, and C options. So A is usually your basic model that you can use. B's like your Chevy, pickup truck, and then we try to have the Cadillac in every line. I mean, our grills can start off at like $249, but we have some that are close to $10,000.
Okay, well, there you go. I love that one. So it makes sense. Everyone should come in and take a look. So also, I noticed people are accessorizing. Outdoor fire tables, outdoor heaters, those fire pit things. All right, how popular are those?
Now it's been super hot, so you could pretty much sit outside and you don't need a heater. But, you know, we all know that in Michigan, the weather will change on us very rapidly. So as soon as we start getting those cooler evenings, people are going to come out and look at fire tables, whether they're the pre-made ones or whether they actually build like a structure out of paper bricks and put a burner inside of it or burn wood in it. And then they'll start looking for heaters. Like when you see in the restaurants have to start placing those heaters.
Oh, that's right, those heaters. And that's great for the fall. You guys have those. They make a residential version, or you guys have the I'm assuming, the good stuff? You always
they also have to meet a certain standard, you know, as far as safety. So even the homeowner model has some safety devices to it. But when they consider commercial, that usually means it's more powerful and that it maybe even has even more safety for it. We carry everything from like $200 now all the way up to like $2,500. So we have some really high-end ones, and then we also have your basic ones.
Oh my God, that's cool. So give me a price range of well, we know that do you need a gas line? Is it an LP gas? Is it a tank? How do they do that?
We carry all three models. So we're carrying the propane ones where they got the little base where the tank hides inside of it. Then we can also carry the same models where you run the natural gas line, so you don't have to worry about swapping out the tanks. And we actually even carry electric, too.
So let me ask you a question. You guys have done a really, really good job. I've been in your store for the last 6 months now, coming in and buying all kinds of stuff. But you guys have done a really good job keeping the inventory up. And you've anticipated, and you've done a great job. How's inventory today?
Actually pretty good. We speculated months and months ago, so we ordered our fall stuff, you know, like a long time ago, so most of it's already all come in. So our inventory levels have been pretty good. For a while there, some stuff was hard to get. There are certain items that are difficult, but most of the stuff we actually have in stock now.
Okay, so that's even better. So if someone comes in and wants to pick out stuff, how long is it, literally, how long does it take for you to get it to their house? Will you set up for them?
Yeah, if they want to take advantage of our assembly and delivery, usually we can do that within, a day and a half. We'll have it dropped off at your house. Some people want to just take stuff with them too, and a lot of the inventory we have in stock so they can go home and do it themselves. But, I always recommend taking advantage of have somebody put it together, and then they'll give you the little demo when they drop it off.
Even better. Well, that's awesome. So I hate to say this, but we're coming into the fall. And, the temperature changes. I literally just want to tease the audience a little bit. One of the things that I've always been known for Bulliers is fireplaces. You guys are the king of fireplaces. And I know it's too early to talk about it, but I just want to tease it. You guys are all ready with the fireplace season, aren't you?
We ordered a ton of product for the fall because last winter we were chasing, getting stuff in, and we went ahead and got tons of gas logs in already, custom and standard fireplace doors, tool sets, screens, and all the little things you set around your fireplace, like grates to burn the wood on if you're doing wood. And we went ahead and got all that materials already there. We've been busy all summer, though. People have been coming in and anticipating.
Yeah, well, that's smart. Those are the smart homeowners. What about outdoor fireplaces? You guys can do those too, right?
Yeah, we have a contractor that can, we sell the actual, like if you want like a fireplace look outside where it looks like an actual fireplace, or if you want like a fire pit, where it's just like a circle with, where you burn in that, or a square.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. So if someone let's say they have a fireplace house and they have the gas line, but they want to upgrade and do all that, they can come to your showroom, take care of business, and you guys can do the install?
Yeah, we have techs that can work on your older stuff. Say you haven't used it in a few years because you've been going to Florida, but you're sticking around, or for whatever reason, we have techs that can come out and either repair your old set or we can replace it, and it's a pretty easy process. We try to make it easy for you.
I love it. Well, Matt Bullier from Bullier's Barbecue and Fireplace in Woodward and Royal Oak, plus you got the East Side locations. Matt, I love talking to you guys. Say hi to everyone there, and I appreciate you calling in. And we'll get you on again in a couple weeks. Okay, brother?
Sounds good.
Have an awesome day, buddy. Thanks for calling in. We're going to have a quick break, my friends, and when we come back, more water quality and how to get a roof that doesn't leak again. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Having a great Saturday morning, I'll tell you right now. We've got Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in studio with Bill Burkhart from Kangaroo. Jared, so water softeners, how much do they cost today?
You know what? It really depends on what we're treating for. I mean, you can get into a system, you can get into a basic filtration, reverse osmosis for starting at $500.
Oh, I love that.
All the way up to $6,000. Again, it really depends on what we're treating and what we're dealing with.
Okay, so let me give you a scenario. I live on the lake.
Yeah.
And I got well water, and I get out of the shower, and it's like, feels like the water's still on me. That slickery feeling. And I just want to upgrade to a new system. I want the showers, the toilets. I want no rust, but I want the water to be filtered and clean. What are you thinking?
In something like that, you're probably on well water. Our average sale is probably between $2,800 and $3,800,
okay,
give or take. But that slippery feeling that you're referring to, I got to touch base on that, because a lot of people that have been on city water,
right,
and then they go to well water, and then they have a softener.
Yeah.
The slippery feeling you're feeling is that your skin, a lot of that is natural. City water will naturally dry out your skin compared to well water that's treated.
So we like the slickery.
Well, it's funny. I'll have customers that they move out to the sticks and they get on well water and they're like, I can't stand the feel of this. Now we can control that though.
Oh, really?
With the AIO system.
Cool.
Because what we can do is we can treat the iron and we can gear back the amount of softness that's in the water. Simply said.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's important. So, do you offer financing if someone wants to finance? Is it?
Yeah. Yep. We do. We're very creative. We all the way from if you want to pay for it, you want to finance it. We do in-house financing. We offer programs that are 12 months, 0% interest, and So I mean,
so
pretty much
always,
we'll do it.
Okay,
we'll work with you.
Let me ask you. Someone calls you, they hear it on the show, and they said, "All right, listen, I need better water quality." You come out, you do the test, and they end up buying from you.
Yep.
What are we talking timeline as installation? Let's say they bought a full system.
Right now, we're probably about, I would say, a week is safe.
Oh, good.
Sometimes it's less than a week, sometimes a little bit more than a week, but we average right around a week.
Now, if someone has a water softener but didn't buy it from you and they went with some other company, but they just don't think it's 100% working the way they need it, can you take an existing system that's not yours and tweak it? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I figured.
We do that all the time. We'll go out to customers' houses and they think their softener isn't working. Then we find out that maybe the bypass valve, wrong valve was open, so straight well water, city water was coming straight through. And
that happens quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, and our philosophy is we're going to help you. We're going to do the right thing, and ultimately, when the time does come for you to replace that system, hopefully we've earned the trust and integrity of doing the right thing.
Which makes sense. Is there a number one item that you see misinstalled, or number one problem homeowners have that have well water that you always find out? Is there a higher percentage one?
Yeah, the biggest thing is everyone, your general public thinks, when they, especially if they're moving onto well water for the first time, we have a lot of people that, I just need a water softener. Well, a basic water softener isn't going to take care of odors. It's not going to take care of arsenic issue. It's not going to take care of high iron content. There's multiple things that it won't do. So they'll put it in, and then afterwards they'll be like, well, it's cleaning up the water some, but not all the way.
Which I figured it makes sense. Perfect sense. Okay, well, and being back in a week is literally so good. So today's Salt Sale Saturday. Let's tell everyone what that means. If you have a softener, you want to buy new salt, you got to go today.
Yep, Salt Sale Saturday. Basically, it's something my dad started up way back in the day, in the 70s. It's you come on in and you're pretty much buying salt. By the time we load it up in your car and we ring you up, you're pretty much buying it below cost.
Wow.
And we like it because we get to see our customers. We get to stay in front of them. And
so if you buy a 40-pound bag of DuraCube,
yep.
If they see it at your place and they see it like a hardware store, you're less money?
If you're getting apples to apples, what we do is there's multiple different types of salts out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
DuraCube.
Yeah, we use DuraCube. DuraCube.
They're the best.
Oh yeah, if you Google it and do your research, you'll find out the DuraCube is the cleanest salt. There's a lot of other salts out there, very popular names that I'll refrain from mentioning their names, but they're either not clean or the product that they use to mold the cubes together doesn't fully dissolve. So what ends up happening over time at the bottom, in the base of your
that
salt
milky
tank, you get discolored water. You have sludge that doesn't fully dissolve, which takes up space of the brine that you're supposed to have in the water softener.
Speaking of the salt tank,
Yep.
how should it always be full? How low should it go? What is the recommendation? Because for people that have had that asked before.
Yeah, if you that's a great question. It doesn't matter what level.
Really?
In fact, what I always
6
tell
inches or 60 inches.
as long as you have salt in there, you're fine.
Okay.
And one thing I would recommend people is if their water softener, if their water's not of a good quality and they're concerned about it, don't just go down and put in more salt, because it may be something where we need to get into the salt tank and now we got to just scoop out the old salt and clean out the salt tank or
I got you.
whatever. But as long as you have salt in there, you're good.
If it's not full all the time.
No. As long as you have salt in there, you're fine. It will work.
Okay, and that's good to know.
Or it should work.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, so the amount of salt doesn't make a difference. Well, that solves a lot of that.
Yeah.
What does the salt do? So the water comes from the well and it goes through the salt, or what does it do?
Basically, what happens is in a water softener, you have a tank that it holds it's called resin, and resin is it's a product that the ion exchange process takes place. Basically, what happens is water runs through the resin beads inside the resin tank, and as it runs through, it exchanges the hardness in iron, and then it puts a small amount of sodium into the water.
Okay.
And then after so many gallons go through that resin tank, it becomes exhausted and it has to regenerate. And how they regenerate is they draw in a high dosage of salt water from the salt tank where you dump the salt in, draws it through into the resin tank, rinses it through at a high dosage, and then purges all the excess hardness and iron out to drain. And then the softener, when it's done regenerating, it takes about an hour. It's back on service, and then it's back to filtering your water.
Can you ever run out of that?
Well, what happens is the resin gets old. When it gets old, it tends to crack and break, and it can't properly do the ion exchange. So yeah, it does get older. On a water softener, a life on a basic water softener, I'll say a big box water softener, if you get one of those, you're generally going to see anywhere from 3 to 6 years of life out of it, depending on the quality of the water. If you have really bad water, it might be shorter. If your well water isn't bad or you're treating city water, it'll last even longer because it's not filtering out harsh contaminants per se. But yeah, if you get a better system, the systems we sell, you're going to get an easy 15, 17 years up to 30 years.
Wow. Let me ask you. We're talking with Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Jared, what's the phone number if someone wants to get a quote today?
810-632-2000.
810-632-2000. Is it required to pull permits when you put a new well septic? I mean, not a well septic, but a softener in? When you're in the city?
When you're in, yeah, the cities have a lot to do with it. Some require it, some don't. In new construction, obviously, you got to do it right when you're doing the
house.
The house, yep. But yeah, it's
so you do,
yeah, not an issue.
You guys don't have a problem with
it. Not an issue at all.
Okay, and I figured as much. It just I guess there's a lot of companies out there that don't. Now on a repair, you don't need to, do you?
No, not on a repair, and even on a lot of replacements. If you go out and you're doing a replacement of a system in an existing situation, you commonly don't need to. But each township's a little bit different, and whatever they refer, we follow that.
As we wrap it up, is there anything people need to worry about or warn people about in the future for water quality?
No, I do want to touch base. We were talking earlier about city water and the quality that they do. If you're a listener and you are on city water, there is filtration we can put in that it's not a softener. It safeguards you, and actually a lot of municipalities actually encourage it now. They're happy to hear.
Approximately, how much is that?
You can get just a single tap faucet, starting at $500, like I said, or you can get into one that
for the whole house.
And what's nice about that is water does come through skin. We take
Okay.
in different things. So when we're bathing, we're brushing our teeth.
You absorb it.
We absorb it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to wrap it up. I want to thank you for coming in, Bill Burkhart.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, happy to be here, bud.
We'll talk to you all soon. See you all next week. Thank you.